Yeah, who big box office cheddar. Welcome to Mirror Domains Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines. And indeed, this is a live news show for movie fans who like to talk about the big trending movie news headlines of the day, including we got a behind the scenes image of Fast 10. We got a Lilo and Stitch live action movie coming. Really? Jeremy Renner posted an update about his health. We got some BAFTA winners to go over. It's the weekend's box office report today. But we start off today's show by talking about Superman Legacy. Yes, James Gunn's Superman. Apparently it's been in the works for, several months now. Well, that's good news. When they announced this slate, I was kind of hoping that, that this wasn't something that was just going to be kind of like, well, we're announcing it now, but we haven't started work on it yet. So, good. Because it's still supposed to come out, what, they said 2025, right? Is when this is supposed to come out? Okay. Well, he said, I was hired to write Superman Legacy over 6 months ago, Gunn says. So, he's been writing for 6 months, but you know what? Some scripts just seem to take years to come into fruition. Yeah, July 2025. So it's not, I guess, even close to being into production. I would suspect that it won't even go into production this year. My guess is probably it won't go into production until maybe early 2024. Early 2024. So that'll give him some time to work on the script. Superman Legacy, hired 6 months ago. Take that, as I said, some productions out there, they take years to put together their scripts. Just ask James Cameron with Avatar, The Way of Water, right? How long that took. So, Superman Legacy. Okay, well, yeah. I think that was pretty much going to be it. Whoops. A no-brainer, right? My friend in the live chat says, hey, how's it going? Yeah, guys, this is a live show, 11 a.m., Monday and Friday, so you can come here and talk with us about all the movie news headlines. There are all my other social media handles that you can check out right there. Hey, we do a lot of stuff here on this channel besides just the movie news. So, hey, you know what? It's Monday, so let's talk about that weekend's box office report. Now, this is a long weekend for us here in Canada, and I think it's also in the States as well, right? So, it's actually, here it's a 3-day weekend, but I think I heard somewhere saying that it was going to be like a 4-day weekend for some people. So, the box office numbers are a little bit bigger. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, huge box office cheddar here, guys. 118 million at the box office. And you know what? There are going to be people out there today trying to spin this, trying to say that this is a box office bomb for Marvel. No, it is not a bomb for Marvel. And if anybody else, like other channels out there with their social commentary and propaganda to try to spin this into some kind of failure, don't listen to that garbage. It's tripe. And hey, you know what? I wasn't a big fan of this movie. I didn't think it landed for me, but it seems to be resonating with a lot of people. So, yeah, there's going to be butthurt people out there that wanted this movie to fail in big ways, and they'll be like, it's because the social justice got through, and so like, get out of here with that stuff. I don't care about that stuff. Hey, this is the first real serious big movie since Avatar, so 118 million on a long weekend. Peyton Reed, I think he's sitting comfortable. So let's go over to that box office report and see what's going on here. Okay, so you got one here from February 17th to the 19th. And in this, like just the 2-day weekend, 104 million for Ant-Man and the Wasp. But if you count in the third day, it's projected to be 118. Now, those numbers will also get shifted by tomorrow as well, probably a little bit more higher. But we'll use the 3-day weekend numbers here. because it's a long weekend here in Canada as well. So here it is. The weekend's box office top 5 are: number 1 was Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Number 2 was Avatar: The Way of Water. Number 3 was Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Number 4 was Magic Mike's Last Dance. And wait, hold on here. Did I screw that up? No, Knock at the Cabin was number 5. Ant-Man and the Wasp, number 1. Number 2 was Avatar: The Way of Water. Puss in Boots, Magic Mike's Last Dance, and Knock at the Cabin. Yeah. So 118 million for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania domestically. Internationally, it's made 239.3 internationally for a worldwide total of 357.3. Now, again, there are going to be people out there trying to spin this as a box office bomb. They'll say, well, that the budget was 200 million, so it's got to make at least 3 or 4 times that to break even. Get out of here with that nonsense and that BS. Get out of here. I have no interest in listening to you and your garbage. Seriously, Mr. Word there that begins with a certain letter. I there's just no time for it anymore. Yeah, you can be conservative all you want, but it's kind of like, whatever. I'm not going to get on that anymore. Anyway, yeah. So this is like it's opening weekend, and next weekend only has Cocaine Bear coming out. So let's say it gets chopped in half and 50 million. Do you think Cocaine Bear is going to make more than 50 million? I don't think so. There's some hype to see Cocaine Bear, but I don't know if 50 million's obtainable for it. Ant-Man and the Wasp, I think, will still be number 1 next week. Yeah, even if it has a 60% drop, I think so. Arglass in the live chat says Ant-Man had something for everyone. Diehard fans possibly disappointed as so much is promised with Marvel overall. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. I'm hopeful for what comes next. Okay, yeah. Well, yeah, I look at these numbers and I don't think that Marvel's sweating it. They're not. 357.3. They're not sweating that at all. It'll probably, I don't think it's going to make $1 billion, but you never know. There are other big movies coming out now, so it's going to have that factor going for it. It does have a curious ranking on the Rotten Tomatoes, though. It's been slowly inching down by the critics. It was like 50 on Friday or something, and then it went to 48 on Saturday, and now it's 47 here on Monday. That score has been changing as more reviews have been coming in. The score that hasn't been changing is the audience score. It's been hanging right at 84%, and I've been watching this over the weekend where the audience scores numbers have been going up, but really the percentages by the audiences still remain the same. I find that a little bit hard to believe. It would change just small incrementally, just like the critics have. I find it hard to believe, and you got to take Rotten Tomatoes for what it is. It's not the Bible on what you should go for in in stuff. I know that we reference it lots here because, well, that's what people like to do. I sided more with the critics on this one. I think Ant-Man and the Wasp was like, for a lot of people, because it was the biggest movie since Avatar: The Way of Water, right? People were just hyped to go back in the theater, and they came out and they were like, "Oh, that was so awesome! That was so great!" And then that's it. Most people just walk away and then they wait for the next big movie that everybody's talking about, and they don't even give a second thought to it. So, yeah, I can see people reflecting that 84%. But if you actually sit down and you think about it, guys, it's kind of like Ant-Man and the Wasp. It wasn't a very good movie for a number of reasons that I went over in my reviews. There was problems with the story structure. I had a huge beef with the visual effects. And it just goes to point out that, you know what? The majority of audiences seem to don't care about what the visual effects look like. So it's kind of an anomaly, right? As I said, Ant-Man and the Wasp has to be some of the worst visual effects I've ever seen, but it's scoring high. Avatar Way of Water is probably some of the best visual effects that I've seen, and it scored high with the audiences. So I don't think visual effects have anything to do with it, oddly enough. I don't. I think it's about story. And for some reason, this story resonated with people. I just, unless I'm proven wrong next week and it's got like a huge drop off at the box office, that's just kind of like, wow. But it does have, some lingering questions about it. I know this is kind of spoilerish here, guys. I don't mean it to be, but we're going to just briefly look over some of the 5 questions that I kind of agreed with in this. Where are Scott's friends from XCon? Yeah, well, we don't need to have that in there. I don't think we needed to have that. Those guys, yeah, everybody likes this guy, but it's kind of like, I don't need to have that every Ant-Man episode like a gag, or like a reoccurring gag. Okay, no, I don't need to have that. But yeah, this is a good question. Where are Cassie's mom and stepdad? That would have been a nice question to have. They never acknowledged it, right? Because they took care of her while Scott was gone into the blip, right? You assume. No hint of that. Is Kang actually dead? Yeah, we talked about that. This version of him, I think, is dead. But as we know, there's more of them. Why was Janet okay with Scott entering the quantum realm? Yeah, in the beginning, in number 2. If she was so outraged with him going down there in the second one, why was, in this one, I mean, why would, if she was so outraged to go down there this time and warn them, don't even send a signal down there, why was she okay in the second one for him to go in, right? It was kind of like, there's just continuity. Ant-Man and the Wasp is one of those ones where it's just, you start to think about it more and more. It's not good. There's some story structure in there that's just, it just doesn't hold up, right? Was the original ending changed and why? Yeah, I heard about this too, that late in the game, they had gone back to reshoot and pick up the ending because I guess it was a little too bleak. And I think maybe they were saying that Hope and Scott got stranded in the quantum realm. I think that's what happened, but it just kind of like, retreads what happened in the end of the second movie, right? And, well, 357 million at the box office, I think, is nothing to complain about. As I said, there's something in my mind here that this escapes me because it's a movie like this that's almost immune to criticism, right? And we've seen that before with many movies. People just don't care about it. They're familiar with the franchise and they just want to go out and see it, right? I don't get it. I look at it and I'm like, okay, well, hey, have at it, Haas. I didn't hate it, so it's kind of like Avatar: The Way of Water making $2 billion, right? It's kind of like, hey, have at it, man. I'm somebody who doesn't. I've never gone out to see it twice. I don't know anybody else who's gone out to see it twice, but there's a lot of people out there that have gone out and seen it more than once. So it's kind of like, hey, as movie fans, I'm a movie fan, and I don't know anybody else who's gone out to see it twice. I just don't seem to be connecting with that wider, broader audience that James Cameron seems to understand. And Peyton Reed, obviously, with Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. It exists, and I feel like I need to write an essay on this or something to get my thoughts out on it, because there's something there that if I can tap into this magic that they seem to be tapping into, I can grow this YouTube channel. Yeah, I can grow it exponentially, and that's what I feel like I need to do. So maybe I need to sit down, meditate with this, and figure out what the heck is going on here. Because even, I think for the most part, people will agree that, yeah, Avatar: The Way of Water was okay, but My God. Or Ant-Man and the Wasp was a little subpar, but really, yeah. Hey, people are liking it. People dig it, man. All right. Chris Schober says in the live chat, I heard that Ahsoka is rumored for a second season. I'm going to see it tomorrow night, Ant-Man 3. Okay, cool. Well, sorry if I just spoiled things for you. What else is going on there in the weekend's box office report? Any other thing that we need to highlight? Oh, yeah. Marlowe opened up this weekend, and it didn't even crack the top 5. That sucks, man. That sucks. Marlowe was that Liam Neeson film noir that I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed this movie. 3 million domestically. It hasn't opened up internationally just yet. I don't think the budget for this was probably pretty high. I think the budget maybe was around 20 million. I would venture to guess. But it wasn't very well received by the critics or the audience that went out to see it. 24% by the critics, 40% by the audience. And as I said, if you're a film snob, which is why this kind of film would attract, and you've seen a whole bunch of film noir before, then this film, you've seen all this stuff before, right? It doesn't really do anything new, but hey, it's Liam Neeson's take on it, so I liked it. I dug it, man. Audience, well, the trailers made it look like it was going to be like another kind of action film from him. I tried to set people up to say that you shouldn't prepare yourself for that. You should expect more of like a slower pace kind of thing, but it is what it is. Richard Roper says, thanks to the high-end production values, the juicy script, and vigorous performances from that first-rate cast, it's great to see another iteration of Marlowe on the case. Yeah, I thought it was too. Associated Press says, Marlowe, enveloped with a strong smell of mothballs, feels like a pinstripe suit that has been taken out of the closet for no apparent reason. So yeah, but I like the cast. Jessica Lange, Diane Kruger, Alan Cumming, Danny Houston. Mr. Echo from Lost is in this. I had fun with this. And it's just, sadly, it's going to be one of those movies that just going to come and go. It's going to get buried, and the next week or so, nobody else is going to be talking about it. Hopefully it opens up in some more international markets and gets a little bit more revenue that way. But this, I'm sadly to say, will be classified as a bomb. So you can say that Marlowe was a bomb, but you can't say that Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania was. Because even Marlowe, it opened up in 2,000 theaters. There's just no buzz for it, I suppose. Of an Age. I don't even know what the heck that is. Focus Features. What the heck is Of an Age? Set in summer 1999, a 17-year-old suburban born. Okay. Unexpected 24-hour romance with friend's older brother. Never even heard of it. But okay. Emily. All right. I think that pretty much covers our weekend's box office report, guys. What do you guys think about that stuff? Yeah. Because I think some people got Friday off as well. All right. BAFTAs were held over the weekend. BAFTA Awards. So, let's talk about that. Actually, yeah, we're about the 20-minute mark. Let's just tell you what else you can find here on the channel, guys. Every Sunday on the community tab, you can go up and look at our weekly schedule for this upcoming week. I post everything that's going to be out this week up there, and you can go check us out and see what's on schedule. Cocaine Bear opens up this week, so as I said, on Thursday, expect my initial out-of-the-theater reaction for that. And we got some interesting movies coming up this week for sure. But later on today, we'll be watching The Last of Us, Episode 6, 1 p.m., guys. Yeah, really good series. Can't wait to continue watching that. Tomorrow morning, we'll be watching on our catch-up movie day from last year, The Woman King. And yeah, that's on HBO right now, or Crave in Canada. So we'll be taking a look at that, The Woman King, Viola Davis. I'm actually looking forward to it, actually. Last week, we watched Beautiful Creatures because it was Valentine's Day. You can go check that out. On Wednesday, we are watching Hellboy 2019. Now, normally this was franchise movie day, but because Scream 5 comes out on Netflix a week later. We might as well postpone. So next week we'll go back to Scream 4 and pick up there again. But this Wednesday we'll be watching Hellboy 2019. And for Thursday, our poll is up right now on the community tab for our Bruce Willis Appreciation Day. It's a retro movie day. And because Bruce Willis had been diagnosed with dementia, and we were talking about him last week, I figured we would pay our respects by looking at a Bruce Willis film for this Thursday. So go vote in that poll. I think 12 Monkeys is in the lead right now. Friday on Netflix, We Have a Ghost debuts on Netflix. So we'll be watching that movie. David Harbour. 2 David Harbour movies this week. We'll be watching Hellboy and We Have a Ghost. On the weekends, we watch a horror movie. We just watched Ninth Gate this weekend, and that was pretty good. We had lots of fun with that. And next week's poll is up in the chat or in the community tab right now. So next weekend for a horror movie, we can watch Mama, 47 meters caged down, uncaged, right? 47 meters down, uncaged. Freaky, as a carryover from last week. It was tied for first place, guys. So I think Freaky's probably going to win. But I wanted to throw in some other tastier morsels in there for you guys to chew on. And of course, we do the Horror Weekly Roundup on Saturdays and movie news Monday and Friday. Officially, just like this, guys. Okay. Chris Schubert says, does the live action Lilo and Stitch have a release date yet? No, not yet, but we'll talk about that in just a second. I enjoyed the BAFTA ceremony. Richard E. Grant did a good job of hosting. Oh, did he? Cool. That's good to know. Pleased for Barry Keoghan and Kerry Condon. Oh, did they win? I only saw that, I think, that Austin Butler won for Elvis, but okay. BAFTA and All Quiet on the Western Front cleans up with 7 wins, so that's good. And we watched All Quiet on the Western Front here on the channel. I thought it was a very, very good movie. So let's take a look at the winners from the BAFTAs. The British Film, what's it called? British Association of Film something. Oh wow, whatever. Let's just take a look at the winners. Best film, All Quiet on the Western Front. Out of those, I still think that Banshees is going to win for Oscar. Elvis, Tar, okay. Lead actress went to Kate Blanchett for Tar. That's no surprise. She's been cleaning up everywhere else. The only one that people thought they could give her a run for her money was Michelle Yeoh. Viola Davis is on there for Woman King, and we'll be watching Woman King tomorrow, guys. So that'll be, pay attention to the channel for that. Lead actor, Austin Butler for Elvis. Okay, Colin Farrell missed out for Banshees. And Brendan Fraser didn't win for The Whale either. Very interesting. EE Rising Star of the Award. EE Rising Star Award voted by the public went to Emma Mackey for what? Rising Star Award? Is that because, I don't know. Makeup and hair. Elvis. Okay. Yeah, those costumes, and they got his look just right. I kind of was hoping, oh, that would have been nice for Batman. Yeah. Director went to Edward Berger for All Quiet on the Western Front. Really? Spielberg wasn't nominated for director, huh? Fascinating. Production design went to, oh God, Jesus, Babylon? Seriously? For crying out loud. I would have given it to Elvis or Batman or Pinocchio. Pinocchio would have been cool. Outstanding British film went to Banshees of Inisherin. Okay, so it won something there. That's good. The dancing from Matilda. I've seen clips of it remixed to different songs online, and the dancing looks like it was phenomenal. So, okay. It's not quite my bag, but yeah, British short film. We won't look at the shorts. Costume design went to Elvis. Yeah, I don't understand that. Sound went to All Quiet on the Western Front. It did have good sound. It had a good mix of using silence with sounds of nature and sounds of war. I noticed that quite a bit And I think I pointed that out quite a bit when we were watching it, right? And then the music, right? That one kind of uh, motif that it had for like when things started to go down, right? Um, yeah. Sound for Top Gun Maverick, that could have also won, I thought. Sound for that, you had to watch that in the theater because of the sound, the way that things have, like the plane sounded. But okay. All Quiet on the Western Front went to score, original score. Best documentary, Navalny. Best visual effects went to Avatar: The Way of Water. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. I think that one's going to win for Oscar as well. Best screenplay, original screenplay went to Banshees of Inisherin. Martin McDonagh. That's cool. Fableman's animated film went to Pinocchio. Good. Was Guillermo del Toro there to have an acceptance speech for that? I hope he. I'll have to look that up because I want to check that out. I think it's pretty much a given that they're going to win that for Oscar as well. I don't see anything else in there. Turning Red, meh. Puss in Boots, maybe, no. It just doesn't resonate like that ending scene when they're on the beach. It's just a phenomenal film. Wow. Outstanding debut by a British writer or director. Debut. After Sun. Yeah, After Sun, I hear things about. I have to try to find a copy of this. That's with Paul Mescal, right? Who's going to be in Gladiator 2. We'll be talking about that in just a few moments. Cinematography, All Quiet on the Western Front. Yeah. Elvis suffered in cinematography due to its editing. The first 30 minutes of Elvis, there was like, every 30 seconds, there was like 10 cuts. So like in 1 minute, you'd have like 20 cuts, and you're just like, it just moved so fast that you couldn't really appreciate the scope of some of the cinematography and production design because it was just edited in that fast TikTok style of way. And I understand that that's what they were going for. I don't understand. There's shots like of them on the tarmac and stuff like that, him on stage, that yes, that cinematography, if it was filmed in a different way, it could have been up there too for Elvis. Top Gun Maverick, I think, should be up there also for cinematography because of the way that they shot it, all those dogfight scenes and the plane flying scenes. It's just breathtaking. Editing went to Everything Everywhere All at Once. Cool. Casting went to Elvis. Oh, you got an award for casting. That's what the Oscars need. Yeah, Perry Nemiroff put up a video recently about awards that she would add to the Oscars, and she said casting, and I agree with her on that, and I agree, and it's good to see that at least the BAFTAs put that up there. Yeah, All Quiet on the Western Front. I still need to see Triangle of Sadness, so hopefully I can get a copy of Triangle of Sadness before the Oscars come out, and we'll watch it on our catch-up Tuesday day. Even though I hear that there's a big scene in there that grosses everybody out, but don't worry about that. I have my workarounds. Film not in English language. All Quiet on the Western Front, yes. Argentina 1985 won for the Golden Globes. No RRRR. Damn. So RRR is not getting the praise. It should. Supporting actor went to Barry Keoghan. Cool. Banshees of Inisherin. Brendan Gleeson. Ke-Huy Quan didn't win, huh? So he beat out Ke-Huy Quan. But I think Ke-Huy Quan is going to win for Oscar. Adapted screenplay, All Quiet on the Western Front. Yeah. So yeah, Carrie Condon won supporting actress for Banshees. So Banshees really cleaned up at the BAFTAs, right? I got no problem with that. Absolutely no problem with that because I think it was an excellent film. And I want to watch it again. I want to watch it with a little bit more of a critical eye. But what do you guys think about some of those winners? Do you agree with them? Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below, and we'll talk about it. Okay, let's take some live comments here. Chris Over says, when the release date, no, for Gladiator 2 movie, yeah, no, and Gladiator 2 doesn't have a release date yet. Art Glass says, yeah, Guillermo del Toro said it in his speech that animation is not for children, it is another medium for art. Yeah, oh, did he? So that's a little bit of a variation, right? Because he was saying stuff before, like, this is a movie made it's an animated movie that kids can watch. Like he was using that angle, but that's a very different angle. A little bit of a spin on it. Is another medium for art. Yeah, animation just isn't for kids. I was just watching a little bit of a Street Fighter movie the other day, the animated one, Alpha, and I was like, kids wouldn't like this. This is kind of like, well, maybe, but it's just kind of like, well, yeah. Chris Ober says late Saturday when I was walking out. Okay, don't have quite time for that. Bummer, man. Sorry that you slipped on the ice. Arglass says they just need to recognize stunt work as a category. Yeah, Arglass. That's what I would put up there for stunt work, because it would give the incentive for productions and studios to put more effort into this. No, that's a bad way of saying it, because they do put a lot of effort into the stunts that they do, but they would put more effort into making practical stunts over CG stuff, right? Realizing that it's an art form that sometimes gets missed. Bifer says in the live chat, RRR treated the British very poorly. Oh, did they? And have a heart attack and stroke. I might scrape my hands too, Chris Shover says. Oh, yeah, sorry about your little accident there, buddy. You know, it's sadly just one of those things. Hey, when it's icy outside, it sucks. Okay, those are the BAFTAs. Let's get back into the stories with Gladiator 2 gets positive filming start update after delay. Gladiator 2, Paul Mescal. Yeah, Paul Mescal is going to be in Gladiator 2 with Ridley Scott back directing. But I guess they were worried that it was going to get delayed due to his prior commitments. So I guess he was at the BAFTAs, and he just says that they're getting ready to shoot. Now, I think I got my audio switched over, don't I? No, I don't. Oh, it's like 30 seconds long. Okay, so no, that's not about the awards. He says they're going to be shooting it this summer. Not sure when the exact start date is, but soon. So there you go. Gladiator 2. They're going to start shooting it this summer. I think that's the most positive news that we've gotten, other than Ridley Scott's declarations of the script being finished and stuff like that. But yeah, filming on Gladiator 2 was initially delayed by 2 weeks because of Mescal's role in A Streetcar Named Desire production, but is now full steam ahead with Gladiator 2. As far as a release date, I'm sure that they've got they've got a date in mind, but no release date yet. If they're starting to film it now, they could probably have it out by late next year. I haven't seen it on any other schedule, on the schedule of release dates. But when I do, it'll be a topic that we talk about. Russell Crowe is obviously not going to be in this one. I heard talks that Paul Mescal will be playing like the older version of Lucius from the kid in the first one. So maybe like that. But it starts filming this summer, guys. That's the only update there. Gladiator 2. So we'll be looking forward to that. Artglass says, I was happy for Austin Butler. Sorry that Colin Farrell didn't win. I think Kiwi Kwan was happy to have been nominated and to be among his peers. The Oscars will be one to watch. Yeah. And when the Oscars come out, I think I'll probably will be doing like a full live watch long. It'll be very, very raw. I'll just have like the camera set up and yeah, I don't even know how the heck I'm going to do that. I'll have to put a noise gate on my, tighten up the noise gate so that you can't hear the audio from the TV, but you will be able to hear me when I talk. I hate doing that though, because it makes the audio sound so choppy, because sometimes the gate doesn't open up right when I begin to talk. And I know it's all about sensitivity and stuff, but OBS's noise gate is a little sensitive. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Just like when the producer of James Bond says, James Bond update casting rumor gets sobering update from producer Barbara Broccoli. Sobering update. So people were hoping that this was going to come along, that there were talks that Aaron Taylor Johnson was in talks for the next Bond. Everybody was running with those headlines. But no, she says, we haven't even started casting yet. There isn't even a script. So the Aaron Taylor Johnson rumors, I would say, they're just rumors, guys. They haven't even started on the script. See, now, we just talked about this. No, guys, these scripts, like, what the heck's going on? Like, when No Time to Die was like last year, right? The next script should be worked on right now. It should like almost be completed. Right? Why not? This is a Bond franchise. This is something that you don't need to sit on your hands for 10 years and wait for it to be rejuvenated. We know that Daniel Craig's version of Bond is done and over with now. Like, absolutely positively, if you've seen No Time to Die. So there you go. Yeah, they should be working on this next one. And why not? This is what I mean, too. Like, the script, damn. So, yeah, Aaron Taylor Johnson, they haven't even begun to think about it, guys. I'm sure they've heard the names out there as well, that it's a possibility. We just saw a video there on Friday of Aaron Taylor Johnson trying to do a backflip and stuff like that. He's athletic and stuff. I just don't know what the script is going to be like, because they don't even know what the script is going to be like for the next Bond film. I'll keep my eye open, though, because I do like Bond. All right. Fast 10 is just around the corner, guys. And we got a behind-the-scenes image. Let's take a look. Fast 10's intense car Rome sequence teased by Vin Diesel ahead of with a behind-the-scenes image. So Vin Diesel, if you follow him on, if you're one of the 88.9 million people that follow him on Instagram, I'm not one of them, but you can see it just him looking up from a car. You can see kind of like the camera rig on here of a stunt sequence. Moments before doing an intense driving sequence through the streets of Rome, because the Fast has become the world saga. We've been fortunate enough to film all over the world, to all the countries that have been part of our mythology and added to their distinct and beautiful culture. We say thank you. Just black and white, back of his head, not too much. Yeah. Okay. Lilo and Stitch, guys. Are we? We know that we're getting a lot of these live action treatments from Disney. Their live action Little Mermaid and things that just end up straight on Disney Plus, like Lady and the Tramp. But little Lilo and Stitch is going to get a live action movie. I don't know how that's going to work, but Zach Galifianakis is going to star in this live action movie from animated feature nominee Marcel the Shell with Shoes On is going to be taking a hold of this project and directing. Okay, Lilo and Stitch live action. 2002 is when that movie came out. He's directing. And then, okay, so there you go. And it is intended to be a major release on Disney Plus. So it's going to go straight to Disney Plus. It's not going to be in a theatrical release. I think that's the way to go, because depending, like, Stitch could probably end up freaking some kids out, by the way, if they try to make that look realistic. So I think they'd have to keep him somewhat cartoonish, because he's like a little blue alien, right? They would have to be careful about not trying to freak kids out. Let me just see if I can pull up Stitch cartoon. But I can understand that because he's got like the big ears, that maybe they want to try to cash in on the Baby Yoda kind of phenomenon. But yeah, him with the teeth, I don't know if they could, like, if you did that live action and try to make it look realistic, I think that would be somewhat, it would lose its cuteness factor, right? Ooh, actually, it's kind of creepy, actually, to tell you the truth. It'd be kind of, it's like a mogwai that's lost all of its fur and is blue. Did you guys like this movie? Did you ever go out and see this movie? I was just kind of like, meh. You know, there is something I'm flirting with though, because I'm signing up for Disney Plus here at the end of the month in just about 10 days to watch Mandalorian season 3, and I've been thinking about going through and watching a bunch of these kids movies, and I'm gonna use that spin that adult watches kids movies. I don't know how I'm going to be able to handle it though, because I don't want to have. I don't want to attract an audience of a bunch of kids trying to think that they could come to this channel and watch what we do here, because we do watch horror movies. We do watch a lot of adult content, like adult themed content, like All Quiet on the Western Front, Hellboy, and stuff like that. Kids just they would get bored here, right? I'll see. I'll flirt with it. I think we're gonna probably watch. What's that one that everybody? Not Luca. There was like a Spanish one that everybody talked about, right? Not Turning Red. There's one out there that everybody wants. It's got a big, famous soundtrack to it. El something. El Nino or something. Oh, what the heck am I talking about? I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I'm stalling out here. Not Luca Turning Red. Not Coco. Maybe it wasn't Pixar. Okay, I guess it wasn't. But yeah, I'll flirt with it. We'll do something. Let's go into Jeremy Renner. Let's talk about him. He posted an update about his health, because we knew that he well, just like Chris Schober, well, not as bad. Well, actually, he got messed up more than Chris Schober falling on the ice. Renner got run over by a 4,000-pound machine. He posts shocking Instagram story updating his recovery efforts from a snowplow. I guess he is on the mend, but he just posted this thing of his leg. Encanto. There you go. Encanto is what I'm thinking of. Yeah. It's just him with one of those electric stimulators of his muscles. I guess they're just trying to rehab his muscles to keep them moving and stuff like that, so they don't shrink and stuff like that, so that his muscles at least move. Because I'm guessing that maybe his brain just hasn't been able to move them just yet or something. But okay, yeah. If you go down to the comments section, hey, Mayor, Kingstown Riders need to be all fired. Fix your leg and then fix the crappy, redundant, lethargic storyline. Okay, so yeah, he is in Mayor Kingstown. I never watched it. You are truly an amazing actor. You got this. Praying for your continued recovery. May his light and love bring you peace and strength as you preserve through this challenge. Yeah. So everybody's still sending him warm wishes. But that's a good sign. Like, his leg doesn't look too messed up there. But maybe we can't see on the backside where it got all scraped up. Right? But we wish him a speedy recovery for sure. Arglass says in the live chat, Marcel, the show with shoes on looks amazing, and the audience cheered at the BAFTAs when the clip was shown. Don't know how I missed it. Yeah, I need to see it as well. Although I hear it's not quite animation. It's more like stop motion with live action people going on in the background. Lilo and Stitch was pitched too low for me initially, but I reckon it's on my list of catch-up movies. Okay. Yeah. Let's do some hit or miss. So if it's a hit, we'll talk about it. If it's a miss headline, we'll just move on. Okay? Fast 11. I can't wait, Chris Schober says. Some more bad news. We're talking about actors getting in trouble here, or not trouble, but in bad condition. Saving Private Ryan actor Tom Sizemore hospitalized in critical condition after having a brain aneurysm at his place. Guys, if you've seen, he was really good in Saving Private Ryan. I liked his interactions with Tom Hanks in that, because he was like the second in command. Um, and there's a great scene that I always think of about him volunteering to go help affront people at the end, and Tom Hanks says, "No, you're too slow," and they just kind of look at each other, and just the way that Tom Sizemore is able to act. He's disappointed that his leader that he trusts said that to him, but he's also kind of like realizing that it's also kind of true, right? Also, he was good in Heat, and I know that he's had his problems in the past with a little bit of scandal, right? Um, but yeah, brain aneurysm. Um, that sucks, man, because it's one of those things where you don't know if you're going to recover all the way, right? Like, even if you do get your health back, you don't know if your brain is going to be fully functional again, right? He was so great in many '90s movies. Yeah, Natural Born Killer. Oh yeah, he was the weird cop in Natural Born Killers, right? Strange Days, Devil in Blue Dress, Heat, The Relic. Oh yeah, right, The Relic. Oh god, if we could watch The Relic as a retro horror movie, if I can find a copy of that somewhere, I'm gonna have to look on Tubi to see if they got that. Black Hawk Down, yeah, he was in that too. A legend. Opie. So just a bunch of well wishes there. He's only 61 too. Yeah. But as I said, he had his little dips and stuff. I think he had some substance abuse problems a little bit too, right? Um, which maybe could have been a cause of a precursor to this. But yeah, wish him well. What's next? Back to the Future cast reunite in adorable convention photos. So I guess they are out at a convention, and that's cool to see them all together. Um, Christopher Lloyd's still doing stuff, right? He's still up and out there. Um, Leah Thompson is in a TV show here in Canada where another an actress that I really like, is working with her. They play like a mother daughter investigating team. There's Biff. Michael J. Fox is still out there doing stuff. So if you go and take a look at Leah Thompson's Instagram, you can see them all there. That's a good shot. That's a really good shot right there. That's cool. I dig that. Oh, and I guess she posted some videos there too. Uh, is that a throwback to her character drinking vodka? It's empty though. That's a big thing of vodka. Wow, I'd be dead by the time I got through that. But it's cool to see them still out in conventions and packed into these convention halls with a bunch of sweaties. Why not? Taking photos. Oh, there she is with. Oh yeah, because she directed an episode of Picard last season, right? So there's Jonathan Frakes and Brent Spiner. Gates McFadden. Cool. Oh, and yeah, she's from Mandalorian, right? Why am I forgetting her name right now? Um, James. You should know her name. She was in Ming-Na Wen. Yeah, Ming-Na. There she is. Talking about aging, two women that age fantastically. They're both over their 50s. Just wow. Cool. That's cool. That's a hit in my book. What's next? Matthew Lillard is on the set of Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Yep, they're filming that movie, guys. This is just a quick little thing, just saying that he's getting ready to go shoot. On his Instagram, prep day number 1, Friday Night at Freddy's. Getting ready to shoot. So, Matthew Lillard with a beard. Cool. Okay, well, actually, we were just talking about Picard, so let's talk about that. Let's get into some TV headlines here. Picard's Captain Shaw, episode 1. He's a twit. I don't like him, but I think you're not supposed to like him. And this actor plays him fairly well because you just want to just like say, get lost, dude, get out of here and let 7 of 9 be the next captain. Which I hope that they go down that route. They just said, he just said that he wanted to have somebody like that would oppose him in views and just wouldn't be a yes man. I don't know if, I hope we don't get that detailed into his character. I'm guessing that you're only going to see 7 of 9 in the next episode, and then that'll be it for her in this season, which kind of sucks. But hopefully it'll set things up, as I said, for her eventually to take her own command, because that's what I want to see. And it's every Wednesday, right? So I'll be posting my review for the episode 2 up on the shorts tab, guys. That'll be in shorts because, as I said, CBS is notorious for blocking people. Something that's on Netflix is called Red Rose. 8 episodes. And I didn't realize what it was about, but it was trending on my page, at least. Red Rose, the Ring parallels bring back one of iconic J-horror tropes. It's like a British horror about an app called Red Rose, from what I understand. I guess, I don't know, if you get a notification from this Red Rose app, then it's going to kill you or something. So it's kind of like, oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that Red Rose was going to be like that. Let me see. I'm going to pull up my my Netflix tab here, and we'll take a look at the trending, and I'll show you that it is trending. So I may begin watching this series, and if I do, then okay. Oops. Okay, so this is the movies. Your Place or Mine is number 1, really? Oh, I guess it is a rom-com. TV shows. Red Rose is number 5 right there. You guys know what Red Rose is. So, yeah, it's Grim Up North. 8 episodes. British teen TV shows, thriller. So it's about teens and a weird app called Red Rose. As her fun-loving friends welcome summer, outspoken teen Rochelle copes with her personal struggles by downloading an app promising to grant her wishes. Ooh, like a wishmaster. Okay, and let me guess, those wishes start to go awry. 8 episodes. So got a little bit of buzz there for this thing. Red Rose. I might have to check it out, because I do like that premise behind it. I don't know if I'm going to watch it though, with you guys, if we'll do full live watch-alongs. Oh, there's that Leah Thompson show, Spencer Sisters, right there. So we'll just go like that. And yeah, Red Rose. You guys ever hear about that? Do you check that out? Let me know if you did. Is that it for TV headlines? I think it is. No? Yeah, there it is. All right. I got nothing left in the can here, guys. So, yeah, we're almost done here. Let's just take a look at this list up on MovieWeb called 10 Movies That Get Way More Hate Than They Deserve. See if we agree with this. Yeah. Argla says Canada's Netflix is different from Ireland's. Red Rose is number 1. Okay. Well, maybe because it's British-based, a little bit more closer to you guys. I don't know. I'm just speculating. Let's take a look at this. 10 movies that get way more hate than they deserve. See if we agree with them here. I like these lists every now and then. The Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Does that get a lot of hate? Actually, all I hear is praise for this. I know a lot of people didn't like it because it didn't have Michael Myers in it. That was the initial hate for it. But everybody else that likes horror movies and likes the Halloween series, oddly holds it in high praise. So I don't know if I would agree with that one, but I can understand the initial people that didn't like it. Hot Tub Time Machine is number 9. I had fun with Hot Tub Time Machine. I didn't think it was awful. It was crazy that they could go through time with a hot tub. I've seen crazier things like a tanning bed uses a time machine. Megan. Now, I guess I was somebody that didn't like Megan as much as most people. In fact, I was quite harsh on it when I came out of the theaters. As I said, it's not scary. Now, maybe the uncut version will ramp that up a little bit more. But for me, it was like softball. There was not a lot of jump scares. The gore was limited. It was just creepy more than scary, right? You weren't going to go home at night and be sweating in your bed, worried that Megan could just be around the corner, right? No, it wasn't like that. Godfather Part 3 gets a lot of hate. And it's not just the movie that gets hate, it's the actors as well, which sucks. Because Bridget Fonda is a phenomenal actress, and it sucks that she retired from acting because she was great. I loved her in Lake Placid. We need to watch Lake Placid too. She was good in that. Sofia Coppola still takes a lot of flack for that movie, and she shouldn't. She was directed that way, guys, by her father, and she stepped into that role last minute because Winona Ryder was supposed to be in it, but scheduling things happened, right? Is that what happened? It just wasn't as memorable, I suppose, for me. Geely, no, that deserved the hate that it. Yeah, no, I don't agree with that one. Savage Salvation. Did I even see this? 2022. Fans need to watch director Randall Emmett's Savage Salvation. Bridget Fonda was great in the Nikita movie. Yeah. Savage Salvation. Fans witnessing blossoming relationship between two drug addicts. Yeah, I remember the trailer for this. And you thought that maybe De Niro was going to be trying to put on some weird kind of accent. The trailer didn't really wow me. I haven't seen it, so I can't attest to anything there. Respect biopic from Aretha Franklin. Yeah, these biopics. Again, it's what's going on with the Michael Jackson thing biopic that's coming up too, and I think it's probably why the Madonna biopic got scrapped too. And we just had it with Whitney Houston's biopic. These people have had nefarious things that happened in their past. They weren't all sunshine and roses. I don't know about Aretha Franklin, but it's kind of like, you got to show us the grit because that's the interesting stuff that people want to see, right? And if you're going to just kind of take a brush and kind of like say, well, no, we're not going to address that in this movie. We're only going to focus in on bright stuff, then, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't know what the heck I'm talking about. It's possible because I never saw the movie. Baby Ruby, never saw that one either. I saw the trailer for it. Mother who thinks that the baby may be dead or alive or haunting her in some way. It's like it's postpartum depression, right? I never saw it. Old Boy, 2013 gets a lot of hate. It definitely does because people just they fell in love with the original Korean film, right? And they're like, they're like, just had that, you can't hold a candle to it, so why did you bother remaking it? But I really like Josh Brolin in Old Boy. I really like Elizabeth Olsen in Old Boy. I felt like, and Sholto Copley was in that. Palm Clementieff is in that. Yeah, so you got 3 MCU people in there. I found that it was better. I know people will be shocked to hear that and they'll say, but I really like the old boy. Yeah, and the twist at the end, I think it worked better because Brolin pulled it off so well. Yeah, I don't know. I liked it. So yeah, and it is better. It's gross too. It's really gross, guys. Really gross. The Reading. Monique. Was this the movie that she crashed and burned her career on? Because she spoke out against some social justice or something, saying that we're all typecast or something. The Reading. I vaguely know. I don't know the nuances of that story, but Reading. Okay, yeah. Red Rose sounds like an interesting TV series, Chris Shover says. Yeah, it does, and I may have to check it out. The Michael Jackson biopic is supposedly warts and all. His nephew will do a good job. Well, I hope so. Because bringing the kids to Neverland, I don't. I'm not going to even talk about it. Because as I said, I respected Michael Jackson's work ethic for dancing and singing, but it's just shady stuff going on there, man. Shady stuff. All right, that's all I got for today, guys. Let's go over to the Twitter, Reddit roundup kind of thing and take a look at anything that's trending. Oh, because we got to get out of here. I got to make my breakfast and get ready for The Last of Us in just an hour. I think we covered pretty much everything. I think we hit most of everything. And if I missed something, like a trailer that dropped, you know that my trailer reaction will be up on the channel for that as quickly as I can. Paul Mescal. Oh, God. Jesus. Anya Taylor-Joy was there. Need to put the old heart on that one. Quite the outfit. Furiosa is her next movie. I can't wait for that. Right? Denis Villeneuve and says Steven Spielberg's The Fabelmans is the best movie ever made about the power of cinema. It was, and it was very inspiring. I don't know if it was the most powerful movie ever made, but about cinema, but it was a very good movie. Paul Mescal takes a selfie with a fan. Okay, all quiet. So it's just about the winners at the BAFTAs. All right, guys. Because I am running a little bit over time. Oh, there's Barry's speech. I'll have to watch these little snippets through my lunch or through my breakfast here. Okay, guys, that's it for me today. Thank you very much for joining me on the movie news. Hit that thumbs up button, guys. Subscribe and take a look at the weekly schedule. Go vote in those polls. Decide which movies we're going to watch this week. And I'll see you next time on Mirror Domains.